Dear students, I welcome you all for this English session. In this session, I am going to teach you transformation of voice. First, let us start with the present simple tense. Here, the structure for present simple tense in active form is given. Look at the structure. Subject. We begin the sentence with subject. Followed by the subject, we use verb in first form, which means V1 form. If the subject is third person singular, then we add S or ES to the main verb. Then followed by the verb, we use object. This structure can be translated into passive voice without changing the tense. Look at the structure. Object. We begin the sentence with object, and followed by the object, we should use any of this be verb, am, is, are. According to the number of the subject, we should use any of this be verb. Then we use the verb, main verb in third form. Then we add by and then the subject. Example, she learns grammar. Here she is the subject, the doer of the action. Learns, verb, grammar, object. Here the subject is a third person singular. So we add yes to the main verb. And this can be changed into passive voice like this. Grammar is learnt by her. So here grammar is singular in number. So we use singular verb is, and followed by the be verb, we use the third form of the verb used in active voice. So what is the third form of learn? Learnt. Then by, and then the, here the subject is a pronoun. So the subjective pronoun is changed into objective pronoun. That is, she is changed into her. Next, past simple tense. The structure, subject, verb to, which means the past verb, and then object. Passive voice structure, object, was or were, then V3, which means past participle, by, then subject. Example, he planted a tree. Here he is the subject, planted verb in the V2 form, a tree object. So this can be changed into passive voice like this. A tree was planted by him. Here a tree is a singular in number. So use the singular be verb was. And then the third form of the verb planted. Then we use by preposition and then the subject. Here also the pronoun he is changed into him. Next, future simple tense. Active voice structure, subject plus shall or will plus V1 plus object. Passive voice structure, object plus shall or will plus be plus V3 form plus be plus subject. Example, we shall buy a car. Passive voice, a car will be bought by us. Here the subject we is changed into us, and a car object is changed into the place of subject. And in this simple future tense, we add the word be after the future verb will or shall. And followed by this, we use the third form, that is past participle. Next, present continuous tense. Structure, active voice structure, subject, am, is, are, plus V1 plus ing plus object. Passive voice structure, object plus am or is or are plus being plus V3 plus by plus subject. Example, active voice, I am writing a novel. Passive voice, a novel is being written by me. Here a novel is singular in number, so we use singular verb is. And in continuous tenses, we use the word being along with the to be form and V3 form. Written is the V3 form of write, and the pronoun I is changed into by me. Next, past continuous tense. Active voice structure, subject plus was or were plus V1 plus ing plus object. Passive voice structure, object plus was or were plus being plus V3 plus by plus subject. Example, active voice, they were playing tennis. Passive voice, tennis was being played by them. In active voice, the subject is plural in number, so we use the plural to be form, where. But in passive voice, tennis is singular in number, so we use singular to be form, was, and then being, then V3 form, and then the pronoun they is changed into by them. Next, present perfect tense. Active voice structure, subject plus as or have plus V3 plus object. Passive voice structure, object plus as or have plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject. Example, Pepito has won the gold medal. Here Pepito is third person singular, so we use has. And one is the V3 form, the past participle. In all the perfect tenses, we use past participle in active voice as well as in passive voice. Passive voice, the gold medal has been won by Pepito. Here the changes we made, only we should change the verb as won into as been won. So we add the word been in this passive voice, and the subject Pepito becomes by Pepito. So here Pepito is the name of a person, so we should not change it. We should use the same name. Next, past perfect tense. Active voice structure, subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Passive voice structure, object plus had plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject. Example, active voice, my mother had made a cake. Passive voice, a cake had been made by my mother. Next, we will see future perfect tense. Active voice structure, subject plus shall or will plus have plus V3 plus object. Passive voice, structure, object plus shall or will plus have plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject. Example, active voice. Tinku will have finished the painting. Passive voice. The painting will have been finished by Tinku. Next, we will see interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are question sentences. So question sentences are also translated into passive voice. First, we will see WH question. In WH question, we should begin the sentence with the same WH question used in active voice. For example, active voice, who wrote this poem? So here, who is the subject? Wrote verb, this poem is an object. So this can be changed into passive voice, like by whom was this poem written? So here we should not change the subject in the place of object because it is a question sentence. So we should not change the structure of the question. And here the tense used in this sentence is simple past tense. So we use the simple past tense structure for passive voice. Next example. When will you finish this novel? This can be changed into passive voice. When will this novel be finished by you? So here, by you is optional only. We can use it or we can avoid it. So without changing the question structure as well as the meaning, we should change active voices into passive voice using the same WH question used in sentences. Next, we will see yes or no question. Example, are you reading the book? Here, yes or no question structure is we should begin the sentence with an auxiliary verb and followed by the auxiliary verb, subject, and then main verb, then the remaining words. The tense used in this sentence is present continuous tense. So we should use the same present continuous tense in passive voice. So this can be changed into passive voice like this. Is the book being read by you? So according to the number of the subject, we use the be form verbs appropriately. And the tense used here is present continuous tense. So the same present continuous tense is used in passive voice. Next, we will see imperative sentences. Imperative sentences means order sentences or command or request sentences. Active voice structure, verb plus object. So in imperative sentences, we no need to have subjects. Passive voice structure, we can have passive voice for imperative sentences in two ways. One is using the let model and another one is infinitive model. So here, let model structure, let plus be or not be plus V3 model. If it is a negative question, negative sentence means use not plus be. Positive means use let plus be. The same thing can be applied for infinitive. If it is a positive, use 2 plus V1 form. If it is negative, not 2 plus V1. For example, active voice, open the door. Here we don't have the subject. So this can be translated into passive voice using the let model. Let the door be opened. Next example, negative example. Don't open the door. Passive voice. Let the door not be opened. Next, we will see some other examples. Active voice. Don't go out. Please help me cross the road. So here, these sentences can be translated into passive voice like this. You are ordered not to go out. You are requested to help me cross the road. So according to the kind of sentence, if it is request, you can use the word you are requested 2 plus V1 form or not 2 plus V1 form. If it is an order, you can use you are ordered 2 plus V1 or not 2 V1 form. Okay students, I hope you would have understood thoroughly voices. Thank you.